Kim Kardashian has spoken out on the brutal attacks on Israel, sending prayers from herself and the rest of the iconic TV family. Hamas militants began firing rockets and sending fighters into Israel last weekend into towns near the Gaza Strip. Since the attack launched, it is believed at least 1,200 people have been killed as a result, with children and pensioners being taken hostage. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated, "We are at war," live on air, shortly after the bombardment began, adding how the enemy will pay an unprecedented price. Kim Kardashian has now broken her silence on the devastating impact of the Israeli attacks. Sharing to her 364 million followers on Instagram, she wrote, "A message to my Jewish friends and family. I love you. I support you. I have heard about how scared you feel during this time, and I want you to know you are not alone in this. My heart is broken seeing the videos of these babies and families being terrorized and murdered in front of the whole world. As human beings with a heart, how can anyone not be devastated by these horrific images that we will never be able to unsee? Brutal terrorism has taken innocent lives, and now both Israeli and Palestinian civilians are suffering and paying the greatest price there is." She went on to write about being particularly sensitive to these issues, as an Armenian, with those of her race now victims of ethnic cleansing in Artsakh. But the 42-year-old went on to hammer home how these attacks are killing innocent people who have been caught in the crosshairs. Kim continued, "No matter whose side you are on, or how you have been triggered by the horrors of these past few days, our hearts should always have room for compassion towards innocent victims caught in the crosshairs of warring over power, politics, religion, race and ethnicity. Although I know there is nothing I can do to personally get rid of the pain of those who are suffering, my family and I are praying for the safe return of hostages, for those that have died and their affected families, for peace for all the innocent and for the perpetrators of this indefensible violence to be brought to justice. My call to action today, something that we can all do, is simply to reach out to your friends, colleagues and those in your community, those who are hurting, no matter what side they're on, check in on them and tell them you love them. I also ask that, during difficult times like these, not to judge who is or isn't speaking out, because everyone should be allowed to deal with times of crisis in the way that they feel most comfortable, whether it is privately or publicly. Prayers and peace always." Kim isn't the first person in her family to address the attacks in Israel, as her half-sister Kylie Jenner caused quite the stir last week. In a now-deleted post, she shared a photograph from the pro-Israel account Stand With Us, which read, "Now and always, we stand with the people of Israel," and features an Israeli flag. The 26-year-old received backlash from followers though, with many commenting on how she doesn't know enough information about Israel and Palestine to get involved.